And that gets to the vibrant neighborhoods, economic development, safe and secure, and sound governance. And I'm pretty sure if we stay focused on those and keep identifying things that will make a difference in our citizens' quality of life, we will continue to drive the vibrancy that we're experiencing here. So it's a good time to be in Lakewood. And many of you have been here a long time, I'm guessing. All right, who's been here 10 years or less? That's probably true. Okay. And what about 10 to 20 years? So some more than 20 years? Yeah, not more than 20 years. So those of us who have been around a while have seen some cycles. In the 90s, I think there was a lot of, in the 90s, it was sort of an interesting time here, right? The sense of outward migration to the west and vulnerability of traditional urban core issues. And the idea was the last one out, turn off the lights. But that's not the world we're in today. So I think government has a chance to leverage that strength of this movement, support it, and when appropriate, create the agendas that will lead it. And part of the role is to look long into the future and see the obstacles that are ahead and prepare the community to deal with those obstacles so that we can continue our vibrancy. And I would argue that healthcare might be such an example as that, where I look into the future and we can see the changes that are afoot and why it's necessary for us to deal with this now while we have more options today than if we wait longer and we'll have fewer options. And that's an example of what I think government leadership needs to do on behalf of this community. Doesn't mean we have all the answers, it doesn't mean we're right, but by bringing an issue, structure it for community engagement and appropriate consideration so that we can make good decisions. And it may take us a while to make a decision on some of these issues. Healthcare might be a good example there, but that's okay, because to ignore it and let it fester unaddressed would be the worst thing communities like ours can do. So probably in manufacturing in the world that I came from, where we're facing competition from Japan in the 80s, and the Chinese low-cost imports in the 90s, and then the low-cost countries in Indonesia and Vietnam, and looking at competing against worldwide sourcing and always trying to sharpen up and figure out how you can compete. You took nothing for a minute and you got into a habit of looking long into advance, into the future, to do the best you can to prepare your company. So I'm used to that. I like it, and I think it's my responsibility. And in a community like Lakewood, I can guarantee you we are not all going to agree on any particular subject, and that's okay. I think what's important is that we don't be afraid to take on the hard issues and work to achieve them and to address them.